Understandably, it is the hottest ticket in Cleveland today. The final opening day at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. And that is just moments away after the opening day ceremonies. This one of 4 games in the American League today. Roger Clemens starts in Kansas City against Kevin Apier. The Tigers open at Oakland. Of course, Texas and Baltimore. This will be the first game of the 1993 baseball season. In the National League, Doc Gooden is back in New York at Shea Stadium as the Colorado Rockies make their first ever appearance in the National League. Montreal is at Cincinnati. The Dodgers are in Florida to take on the Marlins. The Braves in Chicago. Philadelphia at the Houston Astros as Doug Drabeck makes his first start for the Astros. Now, a number of new faces with the Yankees this year, but one constant for over 10 years. He is Don Mattingly, and it's time now for the Bud File as Dwayne Stats on the only Yankee to start their last 3 openers.
Mattingly, how about that play? I never thought he'd get that one.
I don't think Mattingly likes Columbus that well. He probably likes the town, but he knows that there's only one place to play, and that's in the big leagues.
That's right.
After Don Mattingly showed what he could do with a bat and glove in 1983, he left the Yankees with an unused return ticket for the Columbus Shuttle. It did not take long for Mattingly to blossom into one of the best all-around players in baseball. Mattingly won a batting title in '84, an RBI title in '85, and led the American League in doubles in each of his first 3 years. So prolific at hitting doubles that Mattingly is currently 4th on the club's all-time list, and no Yankee, past or present, compiled as many doubles in their first 6 years in pinstripes. But the doubles column only tells part of this Yankees tale. Mattingly's first 6 full seasons in pinstripes were so productive that his overall numbers rivaled storied Yankees with nicknames such as the Sultan of Swat, the Iron Horse, the Yankee Clipper, and even surpassed the stats of a youngster from Oklahoma known as the Commerce Comet. After missing 60 games due to injury in 1990, the Yankee captain has battled back to put up some very respectable numbers the past 2 years. In '92, he had 288, was 6th in the league in hits, and won his 7th Gold Glove, reestablishing himself as a true Yankee great. Yet after 10 seasons in pinstripes, Mattingly is set apart from other Yankee greats, having never appeared in a postseason game. But it's now opening day, 1993. And with new faces, a renewed attitude, and the eternal optimism of spring, many feel this is the year Don Mattingly will again post his numbers from the mid-'80s, and the world will watch as Donnie Ballgame performs in the cool, crisp air of the October night.
And we will be back to Cleveland's Municipal Stadium with the introductions of the starting lineups and ceremonies in honor of Steve Olin and Tim Cruz in just a moment. Close to 74,000 are jammed into Cleveland Stadium for opening day 1993, watching a young and athletic team on the rise. The Cleveland Indians, they are contractually in place, of course, for a foreseeable future, and they are hoping at least to finish better than 4th place. They have not done that since 1968, so their goals are modest. For the New York Yankees, of course, they have not have been to the World Series since 1981. That is the ultimate goal. Now we get set to throw it up to the booth, where Dwayne Stats and Tony Kubek are standing by to kind of decipher what it all means as we get ready to open the 1993 season. Fellas?
Thank you, Mike. Well, the Yankees and the Cleveland Indians will square off this afternoon, Tony. And kind of an interesting perspective, I think, on these two clubs. Generally speaking, spring, a time of optimism, and the Yankees have certainly felt that this spring. It has been a little more difficult for the Indians because of the tragedy that we all know about, and will observe a moment of silence a little later. Let's talk about the Yankees now, opening day. A lot of people think that this club could legitimately contend.
Well, there's no question that there should be optimism, and it centers basically around a different pitching staff. Melito Perez anchored the staff all last year. Could have very easily won 20 ball games with some run support. You had Jimmy Key, Jim Abbott, means a lot. I'm not sure anybody knows where this team fits into the mix, Dwayne, of the Eastern Division, because there have been so many player transactions, so much movement in this division, starting with Toronto and with Milwaukee. The Yankees are better. We're going to have to wait and see. I know I am. At least a month, see what kind of deals are made to see really if they're a legitimate contender. But there is a lot of promise here. I think we all agree to that.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that this ball club will be in the race. I think especially on the heels of the player moves in Toronto. Dave Stewart, we understand speculation at this point, but that elbow injury could be a season-threatening injury, and if that's the case, this division might be as wide open as it's ever been.
Yeah, it is, and Baltimore's an awfully good ball club. Milwaukee will still be good because they've got pitching. You know, it's difficult with what's going on behind us. You folks can probably hear some of the things on the PA. At this moment, that we're focused on a baseball game, because as you said, flags will fly at half-staff throughout Major Leagues. It's been a long time, as we've gone through the past couple of winters, to see baseball people all focusing in one area. A lot of causes and reasons for celebration today, that's obvious. George Steinbrenner today set foot for the first time before an official ball game on a Major League field. The two new franchises in Florida and Colorado. And yet it's ironic, I think, Dwayne, that right here, the most maligned franchise in baseball, what they call the mistake on the lake, the last opener, but all the focus in Major League Baseball will be here because of Steve and Tim.
You know, and it's a very interesting situation here because this club, it's going to affect any team to have that happen to them, but maybe this team in particular, because there was a feeling almost as if this team were an incoming class of freshmen, knowing that they would be together. They feel that they're a young group, pretty much, picked to try to turn this franchise around. I think they started to develop that kind of camaraderie, that kind of feel on this ball club. And so perhaps something like this affects them even more than it would a normal club.
Well, you get two opposite scenarios. Some say we'll bring the team closer together. Some team at level. Permanent effect. Most everybody pulling that Bobby Ojeda, who was out in California at home, taking it easy, will be back and help this franchise this year at least. And a lot of people are pulling for him also.
From a very practical point of view, it really has decimated this Cleveland pitching staff and given Mike Hargrove a special challenge to try to put it back together.
You're exactly right.
Now we have pregame ceremonies about to begin with the introduction of the starting lineups and the full rosters. Let's go to the field here at Cleveland Stadium. Herb Score.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Cleveland Indian Baseball. A historic day here at the Cleveland Stadium. This is the first time in the 61 years that the Indians have played here that they have never had to open a ticket window. All the tickets sold prior to this ball game. And we are happy to have you as part of our history. Right now, the New York Yankees. Number 11, manager Buck Showalter. Batting first for the Yankees in center field, number 51, Bernie Williams. Batting second, third baseman, number 12, Wade Boggs, 6 times American League batting champion. Number 23, first baseman, Don Mattingly. Number 45, right fielder, Danny Tartable. Welcome to the American League, number 21, left fielder, Paul O'Neill. Catching for the Yankees, number 38, Mac Note. The designated hitter, number 24, Kevin Moss. At shortstop, number 17, Spike Owen. The second baseman, number 14, Pat Kelly. Warming in the bullpen, starting pitcher number 22, Jimmy Key. and the rest of the New York Yankees.
Well, there we have the starting lineup for the Yankees, opening day 1993. And the remainder of the roster, which was just set. Jeff Johnson optioned after the game yesterday. And now the roar goes up as Herb Score prepares to announce the opening day starting lineup and the roster for the Cleveland Indians.
First baseman from 1979 to 1985. Welcome number 21, Indian manager Mike Hargrove. Now in his second season as tribe pitching coach and 8th year in the Indians organization, he was a third-round pick of the Seattle Mariners in 1979. Let's welcome Indian pitching coach Rick Adair. He's down in the bullpen. This coach led the Canton Akron Indians to the Eastern League playoffs in 1990 and 1991. His second season as a member of the Tribe's coaching staff, number 51, Ken Bullock. Beginning his third season as Indian bullpen coach after serving as Tribe's roving minor league pitching instructor, let's welcome number 30, Tom Cheedy, down in the bullpen. Ron Clark begins his second year with the Indians as the bench coach. 1991 season with the Mariners as the infield coach. Welcome number 6, Ron Clark. The number 3 ranked player on the all-time pinch hit list. He is now in his 4th season as the Tribe pitching coach. Big welcome for Jose Morales, number 34. In 1968, he broke into the major leagues with the Cleveland Indians. Now in his second season as a member of the Tribe's coaching staff, let's have a warm welcome for the Tribe first base coach, number 14, Dave Nelson. In 1970, drafted by the Cleveland Indians, this 1979 American League All-Star is now in his second season as the Indians third base coach. Number 55, Jeff Newman. A new member of the Indians, a member of the Atlanta Braves pitching rotation last year, his first year in the American League. Let's have a warm Cleveland welcome for number 36, pitcher Mike Pilecki. He spent last season both as a member of the Tribe's pitching staff and in AAA Colorado. While at AAA, he was second in the Pacific Coast League with 26 saves. Please welcome number 32, the right-hander Mike Christopher. Recently acquired from the St. Louis Cardinals, this pitcher split time with last season between the Major League level and the Cardinals and the AAA level. While with the Cardinals, he compiled a 4.45 ERA, 44 strikeouts in 113 innings. And let the Cleveland fans give a great welcome to Indian pitcher number 54, Mark Clark.
So in some of these pitchers that they're introducing now, you alluded to earlier in our spot, along with Mike Crispino, they've had to rush some of them a little bit, the Christophers, perhaps Kramer, to try and fill in the gaps after the tragedy.
There are a couple of pitchers now in the minor leagues at the AAA level that they were able to protect, but you're right, in a couple of cases, they've had to accelerate their progress, and that's always at least a possibility of a double-edged sword. One of the things that Mike Hargrove and his pitching coach Rick Adair decided to do was to carry 12 pitchers on this staff. That would give him a little bit more of an opportunity to match up.
Look who's back in the bigs.
Alvaro Espinosa.
Espinosa won a job. He had about 450. He had an average similar to Mike Humphreys, who beat out Gerald Williams for that final position roster spot with the Yankees. Espinosa did the same thing for the Indians.
What that 12-man pitching staff does is limit Mike Hargrove in terms of his extra men. So we don't see many of those in this pregame introduction of the Cleveland roster.
This fellow was number 3 among American League ERA last season. 71 appearances, was both by a drive lefty since 1979. And let's give a big Cleveland welcome to number 28, Derek Lilliquist.
Boy, this guy had a good year from last year, setting up, occasionally closing. He will perhaps have a chance to close more this season after the death of Steve Olin.
The Tribe tallied a 10-5 record in his last 15 appearances. Let's welcome number 49, number 49, Jose Mesa. At AAA Colorado,
Mesa will serve that suspension starting out the season.
Lead with 24
The
starts.
altercation in spring
Number
training.
2 on the squad in innings pitched and ranked 3rd in strikeouts. Big Cleveland welcome to number 50, pitcher Jeff Mutis.
Mutis is one of the players they thought they might be able to protect by sending him out.
1992,
But here he is with
recorded a
the
career high in
vacancies on this pitching staff, a part of the Indians team to open the season.
And he's left-handed. He will start one of these 3 games against the Yankees.
Catcher
John
Junior
Hart, the GM,
Ortiz.
said if I had 3 left-handed starters, I would have started them all. I think he said that tongue-in-cheek because Chuck Nagy can beat anybody.
Well, that's one of the things the Yankees will face this year, even though there may not be many left-handed starters. I think we'll see opposing clubs try to juggle that rotation and set them up for the Yankees, and they'll see left-handers as often as the opposition can possibly throw against them. Former Yankee Eric Plunk, and he'll be part of that bullpen by committee now.
He led all the Tribe leaders in innings pitched. Beginning his 18th year in professional baseball, let's have a big Cleveland welcome to number 48, pitcher Ted Power.
Ted Power, another member of that bullpen that has helped to pull this club
This
together.
young man recorded his
Wearing mementos from Steve Olin. He's wearing Steve Olin's belt.
League. Please give a big welcome to number 47, pitcher Scott Scudder.
Over from Cincinnati, of course, and Jack Armstrong another, and Jack Armstrong will be one of the starting pitchers for the Florida Marlins.
Welcome to Cleveland, number 27, infielder Jeff Treadway.
This guy's going to help him. He swings a good bat. He has a bad wrist. He had some bones fused together after
he recorded his first
acted up again last spring. The little infielder, left-handed bat, and he
with
can hit.
runners in scoring position. He held opposing batters to a 185 batting average. Number 53, left-hander Kevin Wickander.
Kevin Wickander, who was especially hit hard by the death of Steve Olin, credited Steve Olin with helping him
with the Indians organization
get back on track and make it back
as trainer
to the major leagues.
With the Indians AA affiliate. He moved to the majors in 1971, was honored as the trainer for the 1981 Major League Baseball All-Star Game in Cleveland.
This stadium, in its last season, in the new stadium, we drove by from the airport with the girders up, and they're still working on it. It will be opening day next year. But this ballpark, some call it a monster. Billy Martin criticized it. George Steinbrenner criticized it before the game. He said the outfield is not fit for play, even for the Cleveland Browns. So he made his statement on his arrival. But
And
they
the
all
field is in very poor shape.
It is. I mean, it's frozen out. You saw the ice on Lake Erie. There's been no growth whatsoever, germination of the seeds. They've tried to resod. But this ballpark owns, I believe, the 3 top attendances in the American League all time.
Yep.
76, 74, a heritage of great players. Bob Feller, who pitched an opening day no-hitter, although it was not here in this ballpark. It was on the road.
Well, this seat's better than 74,000. And they were sold out Saturday.
Now your starting lineup.
Now this will be the starting lineup for Mike Hargrove's Cleveland Indians.
This tribe Speedster led the American League with 66 stolen bases. It was the most by an American League rookie since 1986. Sets his single-season Indian record. Runner-up, the American League Rookie of the Year, number 7, outfielder Kenny Lofton. Named the Frank Gibbons Good Guy Award, winner last season by the Cleveland Baseball Writers Association. Beginning his 5th season with the Indians. Hit over 400 for the Springs. Number 16, Felix Fermin. Last year made his first All-Star appearance. One of many he'll make. Became the first second baseman in the American League history to hit 300 with 200 hits, 20 home runs, 100 RBIs. The man of the year for the Indians last season for the 2nd straight year, number 9, second baseman Carlos Baerga. This tribe player led the Indians in home runs and RBIs for the 2nd straight season. He established career highs in home runs, RBIs, games, at-bats, runs, hits, stolen bases, walks. Let's welcome slugger Albert Bell in left field. He had 18 home runs last season, most homers by an Indian left-handed hitting first baseman since Boog Powell in 1975. Here is number 11, first baseman Paul Sorrento. Last year at the AAA Colorado Springs Ball Club, he was named the 10th best prospect in Pacific Coast League baseball. He hit 380 for the Tribe after being called up in September. DH today, number 44, Reggie Jefferson. This young man hit his first Grand Slam home run last year against the Seattle Mariners in one of the most memorable games of the 1992 season on September the 6th. Same week he was named the American League Player of the Year. Or Player of the Week, I should say. Third baseman, number 42, Carlos Martinez. Last season, he finished tied for number 3 in the Indians team with 18 home runs. Here he is, number 22, Glenn Allen Hill, outfielder. Last season, he was selected to start in his 3rd straight All-Star game. Ranked 3rd among American League catchers, throwing out 41% of the runners. Please welcome number 15, Indian catcher Sandy Alomar. Named the American League All-Star team for the first time, pitched a perfect inning, and collected an infield hit in the Midsummer Classic. Tied for 6th in the American League with 17 wins. Also among the top 10 in American League ERA, complete games, shutouts, innings pitched, and strikeouts. Named the best American League pitching prospect in a poll taken by American League managers. Give a warm welcome to today's opening day pitcher, warming up in the bullpen, right-hander number 41, Charlie Nagy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1993 Cleveland Indians.
So there we have the introductions of the Yankees and the Cleveland Indians before a crowd of better than 74,000 here. And now, in remembrance of Steve Olin and Tim Cruz, members of the bullpen, Derek Lilliquist, Eric Plunk, Ted Power, and Kevin Wickander will escort Laurie Cruz and Patty Olin in the presentation of Olin and Cruz uniform. The parents of Tim Cruz and Steve Olin out there as well in a very touching and somber moment here in Cleveland.
Today, the Indians are honored to welcome the wives and parents of these two men. Laurie Cruz and Tim's parents, Jim and Martha, and Patty Olin and Steve's parents, Gary and Shirley. Escorting the families to the home plate area were Tribe bullpen members Ted Power, Eric Plunk, Derek Lilliquist, and Kevin Wickander. At this time, Indians Executive Vice President and General Manager John Hart will present Laurie Cruz with Tim's jersey number 52. And manager Mike Hargrove will present Patty Olin with Steve's jersey number 31. A resolution of condolence from the city of Cleveland has been presented to the two families. The thoughts and prayers of all of Cleveland will be with you forever. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you stand and observe a moment of silence in memory of Indians pitchers Steve Olin and Tim Cruz. For the presentation of today's colors by the United States Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and the Cleveland Braves. On the Indians' final opening day at Cleveland Stadium, it gives us great pleasure to introduce to you Cleveland's own Rocco Scotty to sing the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see why the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming those broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, Rocco Scotty.
An awesome theater of sight and sound, a brilliant sea of colors, as over 74,000 get set to kick off the 1993 baseball season here at Cleveland Stadium. The Indians, of course, face the season without two of their own. You see the families leaving the field right now, and Indians GM John Hart has said the Indians' attitude for the season should be, we've got a job to do, a season to play. He and manager Mike Hargrove expect his team will perform well without excuses. They don't want the team to use the deaths as an excuse for a slow start. That's the way the team's players would expect it. We're back down here on the field, just moments away from the opening pitch. We'll get it from Bob Feller as the Yankees and the Indians prepare for the opening day in 1993. This stadium was built back in 1931 at a cost of $3.5 million. They plan to move across town to the new Cleveland Indians baseball park next season. Already they have tripled season ticket sales, so the enthusiasm is high here in Cleveland for baseball. Now for the first pitch of the 1993 season, this is Cleveland Indians great Bob Feller.
Led the American League in strikeouts in 1946, 47, and 48, with a career high and single-season team record of 348 Ks in 1946. Bob Feller's uniform, number 19, was permanently retired in 1957, the first number retired by the Indians. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. Arguably the greatest right-handed pitcher of all time, here to toss out the final opening day first pitch at Cleveland Stadium, Bob Feller.
Bob Feller threw a perfect strike to Sandy Alomar, and the Cleveland Indians hope that carries over throughout their 1993 season. Well, that's it for us here on Yankees Scorecard. Coming up next, the Indians and the Yankees. I'll be back with you on the post-game report following the game. We hope you can join us for that. Our next scorecard coming up Wednesday right here in Cleveland. We'll begin our coverage at 6:30 p.m. Again, coming up next, the Yankees and the Cleveland Indians open the 1993 baseball season.